Hi, I've been told to smile, but it's really hard to smile when you're dealing with a problem that you have to slug it out with every spring and every growing season. It seems that over the years we've had some problems with shiitake cultivation and slugs, but boy, recently it's become a real headache for us. I don't know if it's because we're 18 to 20 inches above normal on precipitation, or if it's because we've been using the same fruiting yard for years, but it's become a problem to the point that I really should be frowning and talking about how we lost 100% of our natural crop this past spring due to slugs. So I decided to take action. The first action was to go online and order some Sluggo, which is OMRI listed for slug control and organic production. And as fate would have it, it's back ordered until the end of July. So I had to come up with an alternative. So I sat down, had a good stout IPA, and figured out, well, slugs are on the ground, and they're coming up from the ground and getting onto the logs to get onto our mushroom crop. So my working hypothesis was, I'm going to take some ground cover, put it down, and then put our pallets on top of it to see if we can prevent slugs from getting onto our mushrooms. So we have this trial, and what we did is this. We set up one pile, which is just logs stacked on a pallet, no ground cover, and then a fruiting blanket put on top to help promote crop development. The second trial was to have ground cover. So we have a bunch of logs here, we have fruiting blankets over them, but we do have fruiting blanket down on the ground to serve as a physical barrier against slugs getting onto the logs. However, there is one drawback. You keep one pest away and another one finds a happy home. So we have here mouse damage there. Our non-slug eating dog. He's really got to get it together. So another treatment we tried was to put Rimae down on the ground, which is a lightweight fabric used for controlling cabbage loopers on cabbage of all things and other cruciferous crops. We put the pallet down and then we pulled Rimae up and over the logs and then covered these logs with a fruiting blanket. So we had ground cover, and we had side cover, and of course top cover. And this seemed to work out the best of any of the treatments. One of the things that we are going to continue with in the future here is to continue with the ground cover while we have these abnormal rainfall events to try to stop the slugs from coming up. And we're also going to use Rimae as a side cover to prevent any action of the slugs crawling up onto the pallet and then onto the logs if they can make it across the fruiting blanket as that barrier. And then hopefully by early August, when the heat turns up and maybe the rainfall is stopped, I won't have to dip into that Sluggo that's expected here July 31st.